Welcome back to Houston Life. If you love peonies, you're in luck. These beautiful flowers are a sight to behold. They are available at some markets throughout town for about the end of the month.
Okay, so that's the timeline. We've got an expert that knows the tips and tricks to help them bloom as much as they can. It is Jen McDonald, co-owner of Garden Girls. Welcome back, Jen. You always bring the most colorful and the best tips on how to keep our gardens looking great. And this time we're chatting peonies.
My favorite flower in the whole wide world.
Same.
They're really?
Well, and they're rare. Peonies are like, we grew up with them in Salt Lake, and we were chatting during the break. They can handle a freeze.
Yes.
They can't handle the Houston heat.
No. It's so unfortunate for us. So when we see them in the stores, you have to buy them right away because we have a window and it is very short. It's 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So if you see these at Trader Joe's or Whole Foods,
snap them up.
You snap them up right now.
And also, so we're seeing a close-up of one that's already open. They do open, in my experience, Jen, pretty quickly. So what are we looking for when we go to the market and we see these flowers that are cut? Are we looking for something like this, a tight bud?
You sure are. So when you go to Trader Joe's and you see a bouquet there, you want to look for these golf ball size buds. And if you actually give it a little gentle squeeze, it should feel similar to a marshmallow.
Okay.
So it should have just a little softness. And then you know that that is a bud that's willing to bloom in the next couple of days.
Versus if it's a little harder, it's going to take a little bit longer.
This one feels a little firmer then. I wouldn't say as squishy as a marshmallow,
it's
but
getting there.
It's getting there.
Maybe in a day or two, it's going to be.
If it's too hard, do you risk the bud not opening?
You can. If it's very small and it feels like a marble and it's similar in size, that bud may not open.
Okay.
Yeah, move on.
Okay.
But the cool thing is, so these buds are going to open up to 3 times their size, and you'll see that we do have some really full peonies here, and these will last in a vase between 4 to 10 days.
Oh.
So, Derek, you were saying that you have some that have changed color throughout the amount of days that you've had them. That is typical for peonies. You can open them up and they're this light color. They go to pink. And even these over here, the darker ones, are the same flower?
They are peonies. I'm not sure that the red would actually have as much of a color change, but like Derek was saying, if you buy a peony and it starts really this intense deep pink, sometimes when they open, they do end up like more of a blush or even a salmon color.
Ours were
really
a different, every morning we would wake up and our peonies were a different color. They started a deep pink and then they opened and they were this medium and then they went to this blush. So ours did not last for, I would say, more than 5 days. Jen, for people out there who have purchased peonies, you know that they're expensive, right? They are not cheap here. How do we make them last as long as they possibly can in just a basic vase like this?
So the first thing you want to do when you get your peonies home is you're going to remove the leaves up to where you're going to put your water. So we like to fill a vase with warm, tepid water. You're going to do a fresh cut on an angle for your peony stems. And that increases the surface area so you can actually have the stem absorb more water.
You mentioned warm water, though. I never would have thought putting warm water in a vase for flowers.
Just like tepid water is perfect. Now, if you want to prolong, if you want to keep the bud stage, you would actually use very cold water and maybe even some ice. And that will keep it from opening up too soon.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yes. So another thing you can do is if you wanted to, say you have a wedding coming up next month, but you really wanted peonies.
Next month?
I have a trick.
And you haven't got your flowers.
Ready? What? I know. Okay, you haven't got a flower.
Buy silk ones.
Sorry.
No, I'm kidding.
Okay. So you have a birthday coming up next month and you really want to use peonies. I have a trick for you.
Okay.
You're going to get these beautiful buds, right? You're going to take the leaves off.
Okay.
You're going to put them in a Ziploc bag, and you're going to store them in your refrigerator.
Shut the front door.
Just the leaves?
Yeah. No, not the leaves. The stems with the buds.
The stems with the buds.
So this stem with the buds still closed.
That works?
Yes. It's a chilling process, and it's going to prolong the amount of time you can wait to have your blooms open up.
So they're like, you're hibernating your
Yep.
flowers in the fridge. Okay, because we have only about a minute left.
Yes.
The bad news is these don't last long in the Houston summer heat, right? We can't grow them here, but there are similar beautiful colors that we can grow in Houston.
So we want to enjoy our peonies from the store now, but we can grow these things right now in our gardens.
Okay.
So I brought some dahlias from my own garden. I
Those
these
are
this
so
morning.
pretty.
And then we have some beautiful zinnia. You can plant these by seed. They will bloom all summer long. You can cut and come again. And then I brought some pretty pollinators. We have some coneflower, some rudbeckia, black-eyed Susan, and some smaller dahlia here. So we can
Those
grow
dahlias
those out.
you
you.
picked from your own yard. Who are you, Martha Stewart? Jen McDonald, if you'd like to connect with her or her company, Garden Girls, visit the Scene on Houston Life section of our website, houstonlife.tv. Thanks, Jen.
You're welcome.
Beautiful.
Oh, so gorgeous.